Hi there, Anna-Lena here. I'm back doing another video, and I want to share with you something that happened to me a few months ago. I share things that have happened to me on my twin flame journey. If it can be of some sort of inspiration or help to anyone else who's going through this journey, then it's worth sharing. I'm outside, and yeah, it's just a beautiful early evening here now. I'm in Denmark. So the name of this video is Hello, Help from the Other Side. And I will just share with you what happened. I was in Norway then, as I have been going back and forth between Norway and Denmark a lot these past 2 years. Due to various reasons, but also due to the fact that my dad has become an old and sick man. So I was in Norway, and it was early in the morning. I was not asleep, but I was not fully awake. It was dark in the room, or fairly dark in the room, and I was just lying there in that state where I was wondering whether to turn the light on and get up, but I was still, so sleepy that I might fall back into sleep. And then all of a sudden there was a voice in the room, and it said hello. And I heard it, and it was as clear as any voice that you hear. It could have been like a friend was in the room, or anyone was in the room saying hello. But of course, I knew I was alone in the room. And I opened my eyes immediately. And at first, I won't say I was not scared or anything, because it was the voice of an elderly woman. It was a gentle voice. And it was in English. And English is not my native tongue. So I was a bit surprised by that. And at first I did not quite know how to react or what to do about it. So I turned on the light, and I knew exactly where the voice was coming from. There was a pile along one of the walls with my grandmother's poetry, and the voice was coming from one of those piles. And I looked at it, and you know how the mind works. It's always trying to see connections. And I was thinking, oh, it's my grandmother's poetry, and who's trying to tell me something. And this is the first time I have had somebody talk to me from the other side. Oh, mosquitoes are coming. My fan club. They are my fan club. Anyway, it didn't take me long, and I started to realize I wanted to know, who is this person? Who comes to me? Because I was aware that somebody from the other side wanted to say something to me, or had a message for me. And then I got up. The way I remember it, I got up, and then I turned off the light again, to see if I could go back to sleep. But it wasn't something. The experience, I couldn't get the experience out of my head, and it came to me again and again. There's somebody there who's got a message for me. So I realized it had to be somebody from another country who spoke English. So she said hello, and I asked. I started communicating. The voice was gone. The physical experience of the voice was gone. But the answers started coming down into my head. And I kept asking and asking throughout the whole day. I spent most of the day in the forest, walking, asking and asking. And I think I kept asking the same questions, but since I can be a really slow learner, I sometimes need the repetition. And the one who came to me was my twin flame's mom. I have never met her in real life. She passed away last year in 2018. And I was very, very surprised to find out that she was the one who came to me. And I started asking, "Do you have a message for me? Is there something you want to tell me?" And she came with so much care for me, and with concern for me, and with so much love for me. I was in tears many times during that day, and she could tell me to let him go. She came with all her knowledge about her son as a mom, and she basically said, "Let him go, let it go. He's a family man. He's a very responsible person. He won't run away from his responsibility. This is where he's coming from." And I kept asking and asking and asking. I asked her what she meant by letting go, and she said, choose yourself, choose your own life. And 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 the answers that came throughout that day were: seek love, seek your own happiness, do what you love to do, and let it go, let him go. He is not he is what came through was that he's a family person. He's a very responsible person. He is not what I this was not something she said, but what I is that he was not where I was, all those years hoping and wanting him to be, or maybe waiting for it to happen. Um, and she kept, the thing that she kept coming through was: seek your own happiness, do what you love to do, um, find love in your life, and let it go. And it came through to me in such a gentle way, and in such a motherly and caring way. And at some point I remember sort of communicating with her, like I'd say communicating telepathically. And I said, will you look after him? Because obviously he's had two really rough winters. And the answer came straight away: don't even think for a second about his happiness. Seek your own happiness. Seek your own happiness, your own joy, and let it go. Let it go. He's not, he's a family man. He's a very responsible man. He will not run away from his family. It's just who he is. It's just who he is. And of course, I never ever, or yes, that's not completely true. I want to be as honest as I can. Ooh, a mosquito coming. Of course, I wanted us to be together, but I didn't want to be that at anybody's, that anyone should get hurt in that process. of course. So anyway, just my fan club, the mosquitoes. Um, so I just wanted to share that with you, in case somebody else could use that help from the other side to seek your own happiness. Find the joy, do what you love to do, and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Okay. Those were the words that I wanted to say from this experience. I will be sharing soon, maybe even the next couple of days, two short stories that I have written. I want to share them with with you. I might just do the audio recording and then put it out as audio files, or I might just sit in front of the computer and read the stories aloud. They are just really two really short stories, but like existential in the nature. And I have translated them into English, and is being in the process of being proofread. And the first one is called "Look at Me," and the other one is called "Every Single Moment." Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, wherever you are, I'm wishing you just to seek your own happiness. Find your joy. Find your own joy and do what you love to do. Find the bliss. Okay? Okay, take care. Love you.